Sam Waterston has vacated the DA's office. After more than 400 episodes on Law and Order, the actor behind Manhattan District Attorney Jack McCoy said farewell to the legal procedural on Thursday's episode. Waterston first came aboard the series during its 5th season in 1994, serving as the executive assistant district attorney for the majority of his time on the show. Jack became the assistant district attorney after season 17 and finally became the DA in season 20. Scandal star Tony Goldwyn will take over as district attorney on the series, as the show announced earlier this month. Here's how Law and Order sent off Waterston's Jack McCoy. Thursday's episode sees billionaire Scott Kelton, Rob Benedict, on trial for the murder of Veronica Knight, Shay Guthrie, an ex-employee whom he had allegedly sexually assaulted in the past. During a press conference about the case, Jack addresses concerns that his office is targeting the billionaire because he supports the DA's opponent in the upcoming election. That's preposterous, Jack insists. Politics play absolutely no role in this office. Like anybody else, Mr. Kelton is innocent until proven guilty, and this case will be tried in a courtroom, not at a press conference. I invite the media to watch. However, New York Mayor Robert Payne, Bruce Altman, exerts political pressure on the DA's office when the trial implicates his son Jordan, Jeremy Gabriel, who is friends with the defendant and was present on the trip where the alleged sexual assault took place. The mayor seemingly seeks to cover for his son, who was having an affair while on that trip. I have an immense amount of respect for Jack McCoy. More than I can possibly describe, the mayor tells Executive Assistant District Attorney Nolan, Hugh Dancy. But if you subpoena my son, I will bury you. I will pull my support for McCoy and use my immense power to make sure his opponent is elected. And the very first official act of this new district attorney will be to fire you in a very public and demeaning manner. But Jack isn't fazed by the mayor's threats. We can't let the mayor's office dictate how we proceed, he tells Nolan. He called me, right after your meeting. Told me he was going to pull his endorsement if you force his son to testify. I told him to go to hell, that we intend to do everything in our power to convict Scott Kelton. From there, Jack takes over the case, calling the mayor's son as a witness. After entering a suspicious text message between Jordan and Veronica into evidence, Jack addresses the jury with a passionate speech. The defendant is one of the richest men in the world, he says. He donates billions of dollars to various charities across the globe. He's close friends with foreign dignitaries, movie stars, the mayor of New York. By all accounts, he is a decent person, most of the time. But on the morning of December 12th, he was not. He was a killer. And that's all that matters. Jack continues with reflective, rousing remarks. When I was elected district attorney, I gave a pledge to the citizens of New York to act fairly and ethically without bias or favor. To always act with integrity, he tells the jury. During my time as district attorney, I've tried my best to uphold that sacred oath in the pursuit of justice. And now, members of the jury, it's your turn to act fairly and ethically, without bias or favor, and to find the defendant, Scott Kelton, guilty of murder. The jury ultimately finds Kelton guilty, thus winning Jack the case. However, after the verdict, he tells Nolan that he's tendered his resignation and pours a drink. I've been thinking about this for a while, he says. It's time. It just is. Jack goes on to explain how his decision may help protect his colleagues. Look, the mayor is a vindictive son of a bitch, he says. He's going to call in every chit he has to make sure my opponent wins the election, and he will succeed. Then, he is going to bury anyone who wronged him, including you, especially you, he tells Nolan. If I step aside now, the governor will be able to appoint someone with integrity. It's been a hell of a ride, Jack reflects, as he and Nolan clink their glasses. The final scene of the episode is a brief, silent sequence in which Jack contemplatively looks up at the courthouse, smiles to himself, and walks into the night.